Welcome to the Manifestation Babe podcast. My name is Catherine Zinkina, and I'm a manifestation expert, master mindset coach, and multiple seven-figure entrepreneur. I'm obsessed with helping you achieve everything that you once thought was impossible. If you're looking to massively up-level your life, your finances, your relationships, your productivity and success, then you have come to the right place. My goal in this podcast is to help you see the infinite potential within yourself to be, do, and have anything that your heart desires. Think of this podcast as your weekly dose of mindset development to help you maximize who you are and where you're going. Leave it to me to provide you with the tools, the resources, the strategies, and teachings that you need to manifest a reality wilder than your wildest dreams. I know we're about to have so much fun together, so thank you so much for pushing play today. And now let's begin. Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Manifestation Babe podcast. I am super excited to have you here. If you read the title, you know why you're here. I'm going to be talking all about why I created the Manifestation Babe Academy. And I know that I recorded this episode back in January before about why I created my signature all-in-one super comprehensive manifestation program all the way back starting from January up until about June is when I officially ended the program in terms of creating it. And I gave you a really good in-depth sneak peek into what you would be signing up for if you chose to go on the Manifestation Babe Academy journey with me. Well, since then, I have obviously built the program, as I just said, and taken over 1,100 incredible students through the full 16-week journey. And let's just say it's been my favorite journey I have ever gone on in my entire career of teaching manifestation. I mean, the testimonials that have come out of this program are unreal, like literally unlike anything we've ever experienced before. And people were not only getting bigger results, but faster results too. And I remember just even in like week 1 and 2, people are experiencing insane breakthroughs. And of course, with each module, with each week, with each phase, with each month that passed, it got crazier and crazier, which was so perfect because that was the exact fuel that I needed to keep putting my all into this program. So today's episode, I really wanted to create this podcast sharing some updates to that episode. So things that I added into the program that maybe I wasn't expecting at the time or thinking of at the time, as well as a recap as to what you can expect to receive if you decide to become a part of MBA Class of 2021 in this upcoming August round. So if you're listening to this episode right now, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that you're either curious about MBA, maybe you've never heard of it and you're like, ooh, what is she talking about, and want to learn more. Maybe you're on the fence about MBA, like you're halfway in, halfway out, or you wanted to sign up for the last round and you either couldn't or didn't or decided not to, and you're back again and you're on the fence and you're like, okay. So you're gathering your reasons to join, or you know that you're signing up once the doors open on Monday, August 23rd, which is this next upcoming Monday at the time of this episode being released. And you're looking for more reasons to get excited about your decision. So I wanted to release this episode prior to cart opening this time. Unlike the last episode, I think I released it like the Monday that we opened. And I really wanted to do this during the waitlist period because I want to give as many of you an opportunity to really honor your own decision-making process and really tune in and get into alignment with whether or not this program and the timing of its release is in alignment for you, which is something that I teach inside of MBA, is how to honor your own unique decision-making process according to your own human design as well as other factors. And for some of us, depending on what our human design is, what our authority is, strategy is, it can take some time. And I know I've been talking about MBA a lot recently, and it's very intentional because some people need a full month to decide, and some people need a couple days, and some people, you're listening to this episode, you're like, Catherine, I've never heard of this program. I don't know what it is, but I'm in. I've definitely felt that way for sure. Like as a sacral generator, I can definitely have those gut feelings where I'm like, I don't fucking know, but I want it. I don't even know you, but I want you. You know what I mean? So it can take some time for some of us longer, for some of us shorter. So of course I wanted to make sure that this launch is also in alignment with that, because that is in integrity with what I teach. So let's go into like a quick recap to what MBA is and specifically why I created it. So in the previous episode, which don't worry about listening to it right now because I have a ton of recap that I'm putting into this episode. And instead of just re-releasing episode number 203, I decided to just have this be fresh because then I can just include any of my updates and you guys can hear from me from being on the other side of having already created it. So as you're going into this round, you are not a student who is basically trusting me and taking a real leap of faith, being like, Catherine, I hope you know what you're doing, which of course that's not the case. Many of my students have been, part of the old MBA, the old Rich Babe Academy. And this is essentially a program that has all my courses combined into one, as well as a ton more stuff expanded. But anyway, my point is that you don't have to go listen to the old episode. Just stick with me here. But just to recap, in the previous episode, I shared why I decided to retire the original 4-week-long Manifestation Babe Academy, as well as the Rich Babe Academy, which if you really want to know why, I guess you can go listen to that episode because I'm not going to go into that in this episode. But basically, the new Manifestation Babe Academy, I was sharing how it was going to be 14 modules long with additional bonuses, and how now it's actually covered across 20 weeks rather than 16 weeks. So that's new to this round. And this course is so much more in depth, more elevated, updated, and upgraded version of the old Manifestation Babe Academy, which was only 4 weeks long, as well as the Rich Babe Academy that is integrated into it. So my inspiration behind creating the new MBA was to create a singular school, like a singular hub, a university, shall we say, that you can enroll into and literally receive like instant access to my 12 years of manifestation wisdom, of literally going from the exact wisdom that I finally implemented, because of course, when I first came across manifestation, I wasn't a great implementer. But once I started implementing, it literally took me from being a broke college graduate living on my grandma's couch in Los Angeles to a multi-million-dollar entrepreneur who literally lives her dream life that was once an impossible reality for her. And forget me, like who cares about my results, right? My results are like my life, but you're here for your life, right? So this exact wisdom I've been able to not only translate into my own life, of course, but also translate into my teachings and help thousands of my students live their dream lives as well, which is of course where the real magic happens, because that future student is you. So being in the space for a really long time now, this spiritual manifestation, law of attraction community that I've been a part of literally since I was 16 years old. And honestly, leading up until this point, this year, right before I created MBA, I couldn't help but keep noticing this gap in the spiritual community. And there's this like gap that exists between people who have all the information that they could ever want around manifesting, because there literally is no shortage of information out there, but they have no results to show for that knowledge. And they're reading the books and they're listening to the podcast and they're doing all the things, but there are no results. Like, what is going on? I mean, think about it. You have tons of resources out there on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Yet so few people are still actually living that knowledge. And you could look at it as like something's obviously missing, or you could look at it as maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's all a lie. Maybe people who claim to be living the laws of the universe are lying to us. And here's the thing. It's not because manifestation doesn't work. It's just because there's so much confusing and conflicting information out there. A lot of it is very surface level. A lot of it is very conscious mind focused. And what I teach, of course, is that, and here's the thing, a lot of people don't have the understanding, and this is what I mean by wisdom, this level of understanding that, of how exactly manifestation works and why do you practice certain practices and are all practices necessary and what actually does work and what actually doesn't work, as well as and this is the kicker, the deep unconscious, subconscious programming that people are unaware of that I literally help you release, first of all, gain awareness of, then release, and then rewire. And the content that you find in like the DIY, do it yourself, using the DIY methodologies, which there's nothing wrong with that. That used to be me, where you just go on the YouTube, you go on the Pinterest, you go on the Instagram, and you just consume a couple posts here and there. You listen to a couple podcasts. The problem with that is that you're not really learning how to go inside the inner workings of your own mind and release the things that aren't serving you, incorporate and rewire more of the things that are serving you, release past pains, dramas, traumas, the things that are really slowing down the manifestation process and possibly even reversing it. And then understanding, when you are invited to certain practices, like for example, your vision board or whatever it is, why you're doing it. It's not just like, oh, because this person told me to. No, why on a very spiritual and also scientific level, why it works. And so this was like my true inspiration of coming up with MBAs, because I really wanted people to understand manifestation on all of these different layers so that they can really understand it. And then also bring in the concept that I have found to be so true for me, as well as all the people I've taught up until this point, that manifestation is not a one-size-fits-all process. That is so ridiculous to think that we are all created the exact same, like we're literally carbon copies of each other, and that we would have the exact same relationship with the universe as everyone else. And that's just not the case. I mean, look at us. Look at how diverse we all are. Like nature loves diversity. We are all so different on so many levels. And so what makes us think that we incarnated here to have the exact same relationship with the universe? We're all so different, and that co-creative process is going to look very different. And so bringing in human design and teaching you how you were created, how you chose to come here into this incarnation, into this lifetime on this planet, and how you can utilize your own unique human design to actually create a custom manifestation process for yourself. So all of that being said, MBA is also this single place, like just to recap all of that, where you will learn how to figure out what you really want, because a lot of people struggle with that. Clear out any and all of the crap that's clogging up your flow in terms of receiving the things that you want. So slowing it down or reversing it. We definitely don't want that. Release self-sabotaging behaviors, protective mechanisms that slow down the process. Attract everything you want and create a life that not only looks great on the outside, but feels fucking amazing on the inside. And that's truly what matters to me the most. You could have a Lamborghini and be miserable. You could have a 7-figure business and be suicidal. And that's just not the vibe for me when I think of living your best life and living your dream life. So many people have it so mixed up, and they think that living your dream life just means you have the house, you have the car, you have the business, you have the partner, you have all these things that look great on the external world and make, people jealous on the external world. But if you're miserable on the inside, that doesn't matter. That's not the point. And so what I believe is that you can create a life where you feel amazing on the inside, and it also looks just as good on the outside. And you're proud of what you have on the outside because you feel so good on the inside. And so the best part, I think, also about MBA, the part that I'm most proud of, is that my approach to all of this is super attainable. Like, we have people, mostly women, but people of, all genders, all races, all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all nationalities, that have been able to manifest their dream lives. Because I believe that the way that I have condensed it, the way that I have created this program, makes this super attainable for all of us. It's also sustainable to where you're not just like hustling and bustling in this 16 or now 20-week program, but you're actually digesting it in a very sustainable way. And then also how you're applying it to your life is sustainable as well. And what also makes it super sustainable is the fact that you will get lifetime access to the program, which means that you can literally come in and just handle one little part of your life at a time. You're going to completely transform that part of your life. And then you can come back to a future round of MBA and then continue on with whatever it is that you want to tackle, which I think makes it super sustainable. And that's the point of life. We're not supposed to figure everything out in like 1 year. We have our whole life, right, to create whatever it is that we want. And our desires are going to constantly change, which is why I also offer lifetime access, is because as your dreams grow and as you grow, you're going to be manifesting bigger things, better things, more aligned things. Doesn't always have to be bigger and better, right? That's very hustle culture esque. And that's not what I preach. I preach in whatever is most in alignment for you. And also respects each person's unique relationship with the universe, because again, at the end of the day, we're not the same person and each of us has a unique energetic signature. Yet we forget this and think that someone else's style is going to be our style. And I don't just teach you my step-by-step process. I teach you how to create your step-by-step process as well. And that's why we get frustrated when it doesn't work for us, because of course, someone else's unique energetic imprint is going to create one thing based off of one formula, and we can create something similar, but we need a different formula for ourselves. So MBA is where manifestation is broken down and simplified so that it is actionable. So let's say Monday comes around, it's August 23rd, at 6 or 7 a.m., whenever my team decides to officially open the doors, Pacific time, by the way, we're all in Pacific time, just so you know, and can mark your calendars and your clocks. Like, let's say the doors open and you ask yourself, okay, Catherine, but what do I get inside? What can I expect once I sign up for the Manifestation Babe Academy? Really great question. Okay, so you're going to get 14 modules broken down by 6 different phases, and this is spread across 20 weeks, making it super digestible and sustainable, like I said, because there is no rush, and you will be having breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough with each week. So don't feel like you have to go through the whole program to finally be able to live the life of your dreams. You're going to be healing and manifesting at the exact same time. So phase 1 is the foundational phase. In the foundational phase of the program, we're going to set powerful intentions that the universe cannot help but get behind. We're going to dig into the primary motives behind why you desire the things that you desire so that you become an irresistible magnet to them, and also have clarity as to why you're in the program, which is super important and a great reminder for any time things do get challenging. We're also going to dive into what makes this program so effective, which is creating change at the highest hierarchical level. Then we dive into phase 2, which is named the Unlearn Phase. So the Unlearn Phase of the program, you're going to be unlearning outdated manifestation misconceptions that are keeping you stuck. And you're going to be learning how reality is created on a scientific, and I go deep into the science, you guys, psychological, I go deep into the psychology, and of course, the spiritual level, my favorite level, as well as how to tap into the immutable laws of the universe that literally control every aspect of manifesting your dream reality. This is also where I introduce to you my no-fail 4-step manifesting process that we build upon throughout this entire program. So that's going to be the start. And with each week, each module, you'll see how I'll be building upon it so that you can literally be embodying and living that manifestation formula by the end. So phase 3, then you go into the release phase, which is phase 3. So in the release phase of the program, we're going to be implementing the most effective tools proven by neuroscience to release core, past life, and generational beliefs that are keeping you in a vicious cycle of creating a life less than what you truly deserve, as well as release them from the body on a somatic level, since mindset work is great for identifying the past pains, traumas, and dramas. But releasing it is a different story. And this took me like 28 years to finally learn that trauma is released on a somatic level, which involves us getting into our bodies. And so I teach you how you can literally do certain practices to help dispel this stuck energy from your body, literally out of your body, so that it no longer affects you and no longer feeds you these automatic negative thoughts that come from these past pain, traumas, and dramas. In the Unlearn phase, we're also offering an awesome bonus that we actually expanded upon with this round. But for those of you who sign up, I'm going to have this expansion be a surprise for you, especially if you identify as part of the BIPOC community, that's Black, Brown, Indigenous, people of color community. There is a 3-part mini course that is being included from one of my really good friends and also past Rich Babe Academy alumni turned now Manifestation Babe Academy teacher, Julia Abodo, who is amazing. And she is here to better support those who identify as BIPOC to release any racial or ancestral trauma that may be preventing them from manifesting their desires. And we expanded on this series for those who identify as BIPOC. That is so amazing. I can't even tell you how radical and super like emotional at the same time it was for me to watch this group of students like really awaken to their sovereignty and their power and be able to release this past racial or ancestral trauma that's been preventing them from manifesting their desires and slowing down the process for them in comparison to their white counterparts. Like it was just so incredible to witness this. So I'm so happy we decided to get Julia on board. She is amazing. So Julia is a master neuro-linguistic programming practitioner. She's also a master hypnotherapist and is currently getting her PhD in clinical psychology with a focus on ancestral trauma, which is what makes her so amazing for this. I could go on and on and on about Juliet, but seriously, this is such an awesome bonus. Then we move on to phase 4. Once we've released, we go into the rewire phase. So the rewire phase is all about learning how your brain is an incredible, powerful, and super malleable tool that we can use to turn on the process of manifesting on autopilot. After we've released the crap that's clogging up our energetic fields and getting in our way, we dive into the rewire phase where we will use even more tools to encode new empowering beliefs into our subconscious minds. So no more detrimental habits, beliefs, and thought patterns over here, okay? And once we've rewired these, we create the space to be able to create the lives of our dreams. Then we're going to move on into phase 5, which is the Relearn phase. And here is where we dive into the ultra juicy advanced manifestation goodness. So now that you're a clear and clean slate and you've rewired your brain with new empowering beliefs, you're going to fully implement the no fail 4-step manifestation formula to manifest any desire that lights your heart on fire. And this is also where you're going to learn never before taught content previous to this new version of MBA on creating your own unique manifesting process. We will be using the system of human design, like I said before, to learn how to effortlessly and easily manifest according to your unique type, strategy, authority, cognition, arrows, activated centers, and so much more, which is all human design terminology that you're going to learn very, very soon. And then our last phase. So once you've gone through all of this, I believe phase 6 is the very last week. It's the recreate phase. And this is where you're going to become the full embodiment of your higher self, fulfilling his, her, their highest potential. And at the end of this program, manifestation is no longer a concept to you anymore, which is my goal. It is a daily living and breathing experience. Like that's where the magic happens. You will be equipped with tools to keep this a lifelong process. So no more falling off the bandwagon ever. You've taken the red pill and now there's no going back. So you know how this shit works and you're going to bank on it for life. In addition to all of this, you're also going to get a shit ton of meditations, hypnosis, audios. I mean, it's like ridiculous how off the wall I went with this program. I created so many workbooks, so many PDFs. My team creates checklists for you. There's audios, meditations. I mean, there's so much for you to absorb so that you can become the best version of yourself through this process. And so that, of course, I think there's like 14 different audios that you get sprinkled throughout. You're also going to get 8 Q&A sessions with me and breathwork sessions as well, sprinkled throughout the program, which are going to be hosted, in addition, and also part of something that you're going to dive into with the release phase in terms of understanding why breathwork is so effective and why it is one of my personal favorite ways to release stuck pains, traumas, and dramas from the body. There's also a bonus Q&A session that I hosted with my shaman Mikosi, who's amazing. It's all about spirituality and energy and anything shamanic related, and also a bonus breathwork that is a different type of breathwork that's unique to one of my past alumni, Vanessa Engels, who teaches breath energetics. And this is a very feminine, beautiful breathwork that just gets you so in tune with your natural rhythms and helps you regulate your nervous system so freaking fast. It takes like 5 minutes, and it's been a game changer for me. Some additional bonuses you're also going to get is, of course, my Rich Babe Prosperity Masterclass, which is where we break down the specifics of money manifestation. I know there's so many of you in here who want to manifest more money. Once you've built this strong foundation, we're going to go deeper into money beliefs and money blocks here. This is also where I'm going to be sharing with you my own Rich Babe Financial Freedom Playbook that personally helped me pay off $25,000 of debt in a single year, as well as my husband pay off $50,000 of debt, and I think across 2 years. Another bonus is something that we also had last time. It is a Manifestation Babe custom merch box available to anyone who pays in full. So you get access to it when you pay in full. That includes a custom journal, candle, pen, crystal, and magic checkbook that you're going to be able to order this exclusive box for just $1.11. That's it. Through a link we provide you once you're inside. There's also a unexpected bonus module that, of course, is going to be included with this round, which is a pineal gland bonus module, which will become very relevant once you learn all about how crucial it is to protect your pineal gland, which is a gland inside your brain that's considered to be the portal to your soul and the portal to other dimensions. And I got all kinds of tips and tricks, you guys, on how to decalcify it, how to open up your intuition once you decalcify, through the decalcification process, the detoxing process, and then, of course, how you can use the pineal gland to open up yourself to your intuition, to source, to downloading more information, to more vivid dreams and all that stuff. I'm obsessed with the pineal gland. It is my jam. So that's definitely a bonus in here. There's also anyone who wins the best transformation voted by the entire Manifestation Babe community is going to win a prize. I'm not going to announce what the prize is yet, just because my team and I are finalizing what the prize is going to be for this round. But by the time the course opens up, you'll be able to see that prize. And of course, so much more that I haven't added in here that you're just going to have to find out once you get inside. Some answers to some commonly asked questions are, of course, yes, absolutely. There are payment options if you want to split the investment over time, and you can split it up and pay it off over a full year, which I think is awesome. And then yes, absolutely, you get lifetime access to MBA. I've already talked about that, but just wanted to clarify that once more. Once you sign up this one time, you get all the updates to this course for as long as I'm updating the course. So you literally get in and you don't ever have to worry about any price increases in the future. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about repurchasing the program or reinstating your membership or anything like that. I give you access forever, as long as, of course, it's in alignment for me to update the course. That's the only caveat, the only fine print that I'm going to give you. But as long as I'm all game about MBA and updating it, which is going to be for a really long time, then you have access to it. And of course, I already have ideas as to what I'm going to add to it later, so it's only going to get better. Now, if you're ready to sign up for the new Manifestation Babe Academy, make sure you head over to manifestationbabeacademy.com and get on the waitlist right now, because it's the waitlist period, so that you'll get an email the moment the doors open. So if you enroll by August 27th at midnight, you'll be able to get inside for this last round of 2021. I'm also offering fast action bonuses throughout the week, so make sure you check those out, and also a cart open bonus when you decide to enroll on the very first day. And I think this is one of my favorite bonuses. So if you enroll on the very first day, you get this special cart open bonus that nobody else, if like anybody who enrolls Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to get access to. So definitely be the first to get in. And the best way to get in is to go to manifestationbabeacademy.com right now and get on the wait list. Also, if you have any questions while you're making the decision to enroll into MBA, you can always email my beautiful team at hello@manifestationbabe.com. They're going to be more than happy to assist you, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. All right. With that being said, I love you all so freaking much. I hope you have an epic weekend, an epic week. I cannot wait to welcome you inside of this super special program that I designed for you that's literally going to blow your mind and change your life in the best way. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you there. Mwah. See you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't already following me on social media, come soak up the extra inspiration on Instagram by following @manifestationbabe or visiting my website at manifestationbabe.com. I love and adore you so much and can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out there and manifest some magic.